everyone, I'm Amanda with Sweet Pieces and welcome to our Monday live video. It is day 990,007,000 of quarantine. I'm excited to be coming to you guys today. I'm actually really excited today because I'm talking about a subject that I really haven't talked to you guys about yet. We've been asked this for quite some time to talk about vinyls, and I don't know, we just never really found it that important, I guess, on our to-do list. But now with being home, like, I don't know, I guess this is like, again, I'm always looking for the silver lining. So this just gives us an opportunity to connect with you guys in a little bit of a different way. So I'm going to be showing you guys step by step from start to finish of how to use a vinyl machine and the two different ways you can use a vinyl. Now, full disclosure here, I would not consider myself a professional vinyl person. So if any of you are professional vinyl people out there, please ignore everything that I say because I have no formal training in this. It is something that we use almost every single day in our business. But we're self-taught. Julie and I are the two that basically run this part of the business, which is the signage and everything. And we've just found the best ways that work for us. So I'm going to show you the DIYer's way, because what other way would there be with Sweet Pieces, on how to use your vinyl machine. So, okay, raise the hands, give me hearts, thumbs up, whatever. How many of you have a vinyl machine and you're afraid to use it? So throw me some likes here so I know what kind of crowd we're dealing with. You can also throw me up a comment and tell me, I have a vinyl machine, I've never used it, or maybe I have a vinyl machine, I don't really know how to use it, or I've used it just a little bit. So throw me up a comment there. I would love to know where you guys are at. Or maybe the third option is I don't have a vinyl machine, but I'm thinking about buying one. So we sell none of this stuff. We don't sell vinyl machines. We don't sell vinyl. We do, however, sell stencils. So like if you guys need us to cut a vinyl for you, we can certainly do that. And we charge you accordingly. We can custom design them, whatever you need. But after I show you today, you'll probably never want to buy a vinyl from us again. And that's okay. That's totally okay. So let me, first of all, I'd love to know, how was your Mother's Day? Like, it was Mother's Day yesterday. It's kind of crazy. I was talking to my dad and he said, how many Mother's Days is this for you? And this was my third Mother's Day. And I can't believe it. It's kind of, it's surreal because a little secret about me, I didn't want to have children for a really long time. And I don't know, I was probably about 35 or so, and I just all of a sudden felt like I wanted to have a baby. And I think my husband thought an alien infiltrated my body when I said to him, what do you think if we have a baby? So it was really, really nice. I have to tell you, it was different, obviously. My mom lives in Florida, so I never get to see her on Mother's Day, which is kind of a bummer. But I do live around the corner from my mother-in-law, so we spend a lot of time with her. So we normally have like a big party on Mother's Day, and we didn't do that this year. And I'm always yelling at my mother-in-law, Tracy, who is like the salt of the earth, and she does everything for everyone. And I'm always saying to her, on Mother's Day, you shouldn't have a party because you're cooking, she's cleaning, she's doing everything, and you don't actually get to enjoy yourself. So I've always said to her, we should just like have a girls' day, like mani-pedis, go to lunch, whatever. Well, yesterday, it was kind of a hybrid. So we didn't have a party, so she didn't have to cook or anything, but we decided to start painting her kitchen cabinets. So she was scrubbing and cleaning all day, but she was very excited because she's getting brand new kitchen cabinets, basically. So I spent the day painting, and it was so fun. My husband was like, seriously, this is what you want to do on Mother's Day? And I had a blast. It was great. I was totally exhausted this morning, and I lost 3 pounds, so even better. So on Wednesday, this is so exciting, I'm going to be doing a kitchen cabinet video for you. So if any of you out there are thinking about painting your kitchen cabinets or your bathroom cabinets or some sort of cabinetry in your house, you must tune in on Wednesday. So I'm going to take you from start to finish exactly how to paint your kitchen cabinets. Each and every step that you should take what products you should use, and I will also tell you all of the mistakes that I've made in the many years that we've been doing this so that you don't have to make those mistakes. So I'm really excited about Wednesday. So we'll be posting an event for that right after the video, and you'll have to tune in at 2 o'clock. I'll be glazing for you, glazing kitchen cabinets on Wednesday, and then also taking you through the entire process. So anyway, today we're going to talk about vinyls. So I see a bunch of comments. I see that some of you need one, some of you want one, some of you have one, some of you are waiting for it. So good stuff, good exciting stuff. So there are several ways that you can use vinyl. So let's talk about that. You can either, and I'm trying to see, I hope I have something. Well, I will have something very shortly. You can either apply the actual vinyl to something and leave it there, or you can take the inside of the vinyl and stencil onto something so that it's permanent. Okay, Patricia has one. She doesn't know how to use it. Well, lucky for you, Patricia. So every vinyl machine that you purchase should come with some sort of a software. So I use the Silhouette Cameo. So we use the Silhouette Cameo software. Now, you can basically cut anything really. So any fonts that you have on your computer, you can cut. If you have a shape on your computer, clip art, things like that, you can cut out those shapes as well. So I'm going to show you a bit of first thing I'm going to show you is the actual software. So I'm going to spin you guys around here. I'm going to lower this so that you can look at my screen. I'm going to flip you around. Okay. By the way, we're in my basement, which is, coming along so nicely. Thanks to you guys, because you have forced me to work on projects while I'm in quarantine, which is wonderful. Okay, so I have a file open. Oh, I can't make that bigger. Okay, so I have added a couple of pieces of text to my software here. So this white piece that you see here is basically the vinyl, okay? So when I personally cut vinyl, if you look over here, this says cutting mat and it says none. So I don't use a cutting mat most of the time. I usually just use the roll of vinyl, which I'm going to show you guys exactly what to do. And then I am telling Silhouette the size. So this is 12 inches wide, which is what my actual vinyl is, and I'm saying 48. So a lot of times when we're cutting vinyl, we're cutting really long vinyls for signs, so they're usually 48. But I could change this, so let me just change this for you and show you. If I say 36, and let me just make it a little smaller so you can see at the bottom of the screen there, 28. See how the white part, it went up. So basically I know this is the area that I'm going to cut on, okay? So then if I want to add, this is simple. We're starting simple today. If I just want to add some text, I click on the text button over here on the left-hand side, and then I click on the screen where I want it to go, and I type. So I have this tiny little word here, so I can click on this, and then I have these 4 little outside squares. I can take this and I can make it bigger. So now I can click on this and I can change my font. So if I want that to be, I don't know, another font. Here's a font. And we have, at Sweet Pieces, downloaded tons of fonts. We've purchased quite a few as well because it's fun to play around with these. Let me just get this straight for you. So let's see, let me find one that is fun for you. But you could really play around with this and really get crazy. So there we go. So let's use that one, and I'm going to print this out for you guys. So now I can make that as big or as small as I want. I can take this and I can drag it over, and I can put it on my space where I want it to cut, and then I can, size it up or down. Now, if you look really closely, and I don't know if you can see this, and I'll adjust my camera here to see if you can see it. On the hello, do you see where the E the E comes together and the L comes together. There's like extra lines in there. So we need to do something to this word so that it doesn't all cut like that. And that's called welding. So over here on the right hand side, and these are all just really the very, very basic things. We have where it says weld up here. So if I just tap on that, now can you see what happened? Now it's like all smooth letters. Okay. Hi, Patty. Hi, Pam. I'm so glad you guys jumped on. Hi, Mom. Mom's watching, and Christine too. Good stuff. So now my word is just more appropriate. Now, after I weld it, I can't go back and change my word. So now it's like it's been almost vectorized, okay? And what that means is it's now a line drawing. It's not a font anymore. So if I wanted to, like, maybe I spelled it wrong or I wanted to do a different word, I would just have to come over to my text box and type another word again. So once you weld it, then you can't really edit it. Okay, makes sense? So I'm just going to make this smaller here so that I can fit it in on my little page here. And let me show you what I am actually cutting on here. So I'm cutting something for my mailbox. I am cutting something for the sugar. Okay, there's my little sugar container. And then I'm also cutting something for my tights container and my pantyhose container, because why not? Why shouldn't I just label? You can label literally everything in your house. So the way that I figured out, what sizing, and, when I was a kid, I hated math until I got to high school. I don't know if it was because I had a crush on my math teacher or if it was because I really fell in love with math. But I started to really like math. But when I was a kid, I thought to myself, what the heck do I need to know math for? Well, let me tell you something. In this design world, I literally use it every day, and obviously business. So what I do whenever I'm working with vinyls is I'm going to go and I'm going to measure. So this is telling me, okay, it's 5 inches wide. So I know that my vinyl can be a maximum of 5 inches wide. So if you look at my sugar vinyl there, if I click on this, it gives you a dimension there. So it tells you that this is 5.3 inches. So that's the whole box. I'll make this a smidgen smaller. But the word is probably about 5 inches, which is perfect. So now I'm always going to measure. You want to look at the length and the height. So for me, I don't have a height restriction on my sugar container because it's large. But you want to just make sure, because sometimes you will have a height restriction, and then you would just need to make sure that the height is also in line. Okay. And then I did the same thing for this other thing for the tights. I have a flour container upstairs I'm going to measure. And then I also have my pantyhose. Now, note, the word tights is less letters than the word pantyhose, but both of my boxes are the same size. So sometimes you have to understand that your words aren't going to look exactly the same because of the amount of letters that are in something. So I don't really care, but if you were doing, like, let's say something for a wedding, if you were labeling something for a wedding, you might want to have everything look exactly the same. So what you would need to do is you would need to find your longest word and then size everything basically to that. Make sense? So once you have this, you have these little tabs up here. Also, Silhouette has a store. So you can go to their store and you can purchase all different designs. So there's lots of different things that you can purchase, for a price, obviously. So that's one option. And then once you download something from the store, it puts it into your library. And then this last tab here is your send tab. So this tab is where it's going to actually send it to the machine. And you can see now everything is red, bright red. Let me just jump back here to the design tab really quick. I don't want to do that. Why is this not working? Let's get out of there. Silhouette really wants me to have a library. I guess. Okay, I'm just going to put that down there for a minute. So this word over here, hello, is off the border. I'm not actually going to print that, but just so you can see here. So you can see it, it's very faintly off into the edge. So only the stuff that's very bright red is going to print. Now, sometimes what will happen is, let's say you have a word and it's, if it's not all the way on there, it will show you what isn't going to print. So you just want to be mindful of that. Okay, so now I got everything on there. And let me tell you something. This is like revolutionary. I'm going to swing around to my machine here. Here's my machine. I want to tell you guys, you know, we had an organization video the other day, and I just have to tell you, it's so important to be organized. It just makes everything so much easier. So I created this little station for myself because since I've been in quarantine, I've been home and I've been cutting a ton of vinyls for you guys, for everybody who's been purchasing them. Thank you so, so much. And this is just a great little area that I have all set up, and all my supplies and tools are here. So I'm going to turn on my machine. The button is on the right-hand side. And once my machine goes on, my computer, this is crazy, this is Bluetooth, it's automatically going to connect to the machine. So I don't even have to be plugged into this. It's just amazing. It's so amazing. I don't know why this does not want to go away. I don't want to access my library, Silhouette. Can you please go away? Oh, okay. We're going to skip this. She's very slow today. I don't know why Silhouette is so slow. That's okay. Okay, so now this little button, now I know that my machine is connected because this blue button down here is lit up. So as soon as I hit send, it's going to send it over to the computer and start cutting it. But before I do that, I need to load the machine. Hi, Amy. Amy's watching. Hello, darling. How are you? She's in Houston. I'm jealous. Amy lives right by Joel. She goes to Joel to see him. Although she's not seeing him now because we're all in quarantine. I miss you, girl. Amy and I went to college together. We cheered together. It was lots of fun. We had a blast. Okay, I'm going to raise you guys up here because I want to show you how to load a vinyl machine. Because I'm sure this is a scary part. This is a scary part for you. Okay. So, see these blue arrows here? These blue lines? This is the edge. You're going to line this up with your left edge. Someone's here. Okay. And what I do is I just lightly hold my hand right in the center and I hit the load button. So that will help to guide it. And I want to make sure that when I load that in there, if you look at the vinyl that's inside the machine, see how that's a nice straight line? That's what we want. If your vinyl is like cockeyed and it's not straight, it's going to cut funny. So you want to make sure that your vinyl is nice and straight in there. So what I do for this is I actually take this vinyl and I let it go right onto the floor. And I just give it a little bit of slack. And then I have a little bit of a room behind here that if the vinyl is really long, it goes down into the back. And it's perfectly fine. So now the other really nice thing about this Bluetooth machine is that depending on what you're cutting, it automatically adjusts the blade for you. So this says I am cutting cardstock, which I am not. I've never changed this, so I don't know if it really matters. But I'm going to change this to matte vinyl. Okay, so now the machine knows what it has to adjust it to, and it's going to be just fine. Now, here's another thing I want to mention to you. These words that are very scripty, when they're cut small, sometimes they can be a pain in the butt. So I'm purposely cutting this for you guys to show you. It may or may not work. So we're gonna see how it works. If Julie was here, she would know. She's my vinyl queen, and Julie and I have not seen each other in a long time, and I miss her. But we're gonna be just fine. I also miss the rest of my girls. Jill texted me this morning. I was having a combo with Patty. It's just been horrible, but you know, it is what it is. So now I'm going to hit send. Okay. And I also have my sprinkler guy here turning our sprinklers on. So you can hear the clicking, and that is actually the blade adjusting, and it's doing its thing. Okay. Anybody have any questions while we're waiting for this to cut? Because this is going to be a little bit. Yeah, the crush did help. Kim chimed in there, and so did Patty. It might have been the teacher. You might be right. Okay. So we're cutting. We're good to go here. If you guys have any questions, just throw them up there, and we'll get them answered. So I'm going to show you guys while we're waiting for this to cut. I'm going to bring you back around to the other side here. Okay. Where does it say vinyl or cardstock? Okay, hold on. Okay, so let me flip you around one more time because Kim's asking a question here. So here on the screen, see right up here, it says vinyl, matte. So if I click on that, it gives you a list of like, I don't know, 100 different options that you can cut. Jill is asking, what brand of vinyl do I use? So we order from a couple of different places. We order from Amazon a lot. And then we also order from US Cutter is the other place that we like to order our vinyl from. And it just depends on who has it, where we can get it quicker and less expensive. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of other tools that you're going to need. Vinyl Ease is one of the brands from Amazon, and then the other one I think is Green Star that we use. So a couple of other tools that you should have whenever you're cutting vinyl. So you need some sort of a burnishing tool. We always use the Sweet Pieces gift cards, which is really nice. And then you also need some sort of a picky tool. So your machine should come with these. I don't know. We have so many machines between the store and my house. I'm sure we have the real legit Silhouette tools, but these are old Stencil tools. I know it sounds gross, but they work fabulously, and we did sanitize them, so it's okay. But you need some sort of like a tool that you can pick out the vinyl with. And then you need some sort of a burnishing. And you're also going to need transfer tape, okay? So the transfer tape that I like to use, you want to use something that's low tack, okay? If you use something that's high tack, especially for the kind of work that we're doing, us DIYers, like painting signs and things like that, if you get something that's too high tack, you're going to pull up your paint when you pull up your transfer tape. So again, I like to use, we order it from US Cutter. Let me look at the brand. It's also Green Star, which is like their private label brand. Oh, we use medium tack? Oh, forget what I said. So low to medium tack is basically what you want to use. So this is a vinyl that I had cut out already for you. So surprise, surprise, we are launching a brand new kit on the website right now. You could go there right now and see it. It's a brand new kit. Thank you, Julie, for working your Tushka off and getting that launched in time for our video. So this is a vinyl that was cut from our brand new kit. So this, I'm going to just zoom you guys in here. Okay, so this was cut, and now I am going to weed it, okay? So this is what you're going to do when you want to use your vinyl as a stencil. So here's my sign, and I am going to stencil on this with paint. So this is my vinyl. Now I could use it as a vinyl where I'm actually putting it onto a surface like I'm going to do with my sugar container, but that's not how I'm going to use this vinyl. So I'm going to start weeding. So I can see this, you guys probably can't. I'm just going to get a little corner in, and I'm going to start to pull up this vinyl. Okay, so now I'm peeling that out. This is garbage. And trust me, for those of you who are really frugal like me, you cannot save these pieces. It's just not going to happen. I tried. I thought, well, can't I use it for both? Can't I use one piece of vinyl for a stencil and for a vinyl? You can't. Unless it's like something really simple, like very large letters. Otherwise, trust me, don't try it. Now you just have to be careful because when you're weeding this, you want to make sure that, and this, I'm just noticing this. You know what? I'm going to flip this around. Hold on. Because I thought I made sure that you weren't going to be seeing this backwards. And I want to make sure that you see this the correct way. Okay. So when you are cutting vinyls for this type of thing, your letters are going to be regular. You don't want to cut them out backwards. The time that you will cut your letters out backwards is when you're ironing them onto something. So that's when they're going to be backwards. Otherwise, they're going to be forwards. So I'm just, taking my little picky tool and I'm just peeling out all of these innards. Okay. And my vinyl has stopped cutting, which means that it's done. And, I just have my little pile over here of the garbage pieces. I don't know. I think Julie and I are going to have a contest when we come back. I'm getting pretty good at these vinyls myself. We'll have to have a vinyl contest. Okay, so now I need to take this and I need to transfer it, put it on transfer tape so that I can lay it down onto my sign. So this is the best way to do it, okay? We've done 970 million of these, so you're going to stick your arm in this, and you're going to pull it, and you're going to lay it down. You're going to make sure it's nice and straight. I want to get one straight edge that is flat onto the table, okay? I'm going to take my vinyl, make sure you guys can see this, and I have learned how to place a ginormous vinyl like this straight because I can't be giving these to my customers when they're all, cockeyed, whacked out. So I'm just going to take this and I have this pointed up in the back. I'm going to line it up with this straight edge here and make sure that it's on here nice and straight. And then I'm just going to lay it down. So as long as you have one of your edges really straight, and that's geometry, the rest of them will fall into place and also be straight. And then I'm going to push this down, okay? I'm going to take my scissor and I am going to just cut this piece of transfer tape. Okay, flip this around. Okay, so now I have it on my transfer tape. I am then also going to take my burnishing tool, aka a Sweet Pieces gift card. Great to give or to get. They never expire. You can even purchase them on the website right now. And we're also doing bonus gift cards, which is really fun. So you can see, I mean, it's not completely straight, but that's pretty darn close. I watched like a million YouTube videos on how to do it right. They have tools and machines, and I was like sitting here in a pile of vinyl, and I had to get it done. So I figured it out. So now I want to actually take this vinyl or stencil rather, and I want to transfer it onto this. So we have our translucent side, and then we have this side that's more solid. So I'm going to we have to peel off the solid side. Okay. And you just have to, sometimes this could be a pain. You got to catch an edge. Okay, so now I'm going to peel. Okay, so see how this little black piece is trying to stick to my opaque paper? I don't want that. So I need to just roll it down a little bit, reburnish, and then peel it away. So basically you don't want any of the black sticky vinyl, I got some here too, sticking to your white paper. You want it to stay on the transfer paper, basically, okay? So now I got that. Now I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to put it onto my sign. So this is like kind of repositionable. So if you you can like lay it down and kind of figure out, is it centered? Is it, correct? And this probably could move over a little bit. So when I cut these for you guys, when you order the kits, I will make sure that I make it very easy for you. So I'll cut this down to size and just make sure that it sits on here nice and perfectly. So let me just see. That looks good. Over just a smidgen. Okay, I think we're good. So now I'm going to take my my burnishing tool again, and I'm just going to lightly burnish this. So I don't have to do this really hard. I just want to go over my letters. Okay, and then I am going to peel off my transfer tape. If I rub really, really hard, again, I could peel off my, I could peel off my paint, which I don't want to do. So I don't want to rub too hard. So now when I peel this off, I'm not going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it like on itself. So I always say at a 45-degree angle. So if you just peel this back like this, it should be pretty simple. And by the way, this sign, which is one of our new kits that is available on the website, and that was a glass of water. These signs that are available on the website, they're 12 inches by 24 inches, so they're a really nice size. And actually, I can use this. Now I'm going to take my pouncer. I have my little pouncer here. And I am going to, I'm actually going to spritz this because I used these this morning and they're a little dry. And I'm just going to pounce. And you know what? I know I don't have enough paint here. So let me grab some. And so the kit comes with, it comes with 3 colors: Noir, Pure White, and French Gray, which are 3 of the Jolie colors. And good thing my floors are tile, because it's okay that the water is just sitting on the floor. So your kit comes with 3 colors: Noir, Pure White, and French Gray from the Jolie line. And then you get a choice of your 4th color. And there are a bunch of different options. You could take a peek on the website. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what they are. French Quarter Green, Gentleman's Blue. What's another one? Julie, help me out. Maybe Rouge, I think that's one of them. So there's a bunch of good colors. So you can use those additional colors to really customize your sign. So you could do these in white, you could do this in blue. You know, you can kind of mix and match it however you want to make it uniquely you, uniquely yours, which is what we do at Sweet Pieces. That's what we love. Julie, by the way, she just got a new house. So excited for her. And she told me this morning she's having a problem that she's like looking for things and she can't find anything that she loves. So guess what? Julie's going to be DIYing a lot of things in her home, which is, it's a lot of fun. So Julie's been prepping for this for years. Julie's been with me for over 5 years, and she was not a DIYer in the beginning. I think I have fully transformed her into a DIYer. So it can happen to you too, folks. You know, it's, some people tell me, oh, I've never done this before. I'm not crafty. I'm not artistic. And I am here to tell you that you don't have to be. If you have an inclination towards it, towards doing something crafty, something artistic, I truly believe that that's God telling you to go for it. And if we let our fears of, you know, not doing it right, or embarrassing ourselves, or messing up, or making mistakes, if we let those fears hold us back from doing those things, we're basically stopping God's plan for our life. And that's, I mean, plain and simple, that's what the enemy wants. So don't let him do it. Don't let him stop you. So you got to just try. And that's what I love about the products that we carry, is that it's so simple. It makes it so easy to transform things, to, you know, do it yourself. You know, it's like no fuss, no muss. It's just, it couldn't be easier to do this kind of stuff. And can you believe that I don't have a second pouncer here in my bleeping house. So I'm going to have to wash this one. Okay. So I washed my little pouncer, and now I want to add another color. So let's see. I'm going to do Verdigris. So Verdigris, that's another one of the colors that you can get. I'm going to do this here. Okay. So if anyone knows me, they know my favorite colors are black, white, turquoise, and pink, which is basically what my entire house is. And some variations like grays and taupes on there as well. So this will be something for my house. Now this could go on a front porch. This could go on a gallery wall. This can be propped up on a mantle. The sky's the limit. You could even put this on a fence. We made a sign last week for a lady and it said pool open. It was one of our big, tall entryway ones and it said pool open. I thought that was so cute. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of white, and it's going to be kind of ombre because I got a little bit of Verdigris in there as well. So you can customize this to whatever you want. Okay, so this is stenciling. This is using a vinyl as a stencil. So once you get everything stenciled and covered, then you are going to peel this vinyl off. It is garbage. I'm so sorry. You can't reuse it. And I must not have filled that in, but that's okay. I'll fix it. Okay, so this goes in the garbage. And then you're going to have some of these inner pieces that are left over. And that, again, is where this great little picky tool kind of comes in handy. So you just have to kind of catch an edge and peel it up. And, you know, I like to do this when it's wet because the longer your vinyl sits on the surface, the more tack it's going to have to it. So, again, if you wait too long, it could peel up your paint, which you don't want. So, you got to get to it right away. And some people, like especially when we're doing classes, they get so nervous. They think they're going to mess up their sign if they peel it off. And you can always do a little bit of touch up if need be. So don't be nervous. So, and then I have one more on the E here. And this is like, okay, so if you think about a regular stencil, a stencil that is reusable, like the plastic ones that we purchase, which we do sell a lot of those on our website. For instance, like this letter E, it can't be truly like a vinyl because this has to be attached to the stencil somehow. So there will usually be a connecting piece in there that will attach it on. And to me, that always looks like, you know, looks like a stencil, whereas this looks more like it's hand painted. Because you have, like, those inner pieces are all very separate. So that's, you know, kind of a neat thing about the vinyls. So there's your sign. This is one of the many designs that we have up on the website. I'll give you a quick sneak peek here. I have the iPad here. So this is our website, which, you know, I hope you guys know you can shop on this 24/7. The kits, well, here they are right here. So we have a bunch of, why is that not working? Julie, fix that. Why is that not working? Oh, we got to make sure that's attached to something. But anyway, they're also here. DIY sign kits. So here's a bunch of them. And this new one that we just launched is right here. And this kit is $45. You get all of these goodies that are right here. You get to choose your saying, and here's all the sayings. You have all kinds of fun sayings. Eat, sleep, beach, repeat. That's hopefully what I'll be doing this summer. You could do your last name with an established date. Stir crazy. We thought this was really cute. This would be great for the kitchen. Welcome to our home, which is this one here. A let's cuddle. Family makes this house a home. Love that one. Farm Sweet Farm. That's another very popular saying. Farmhouse Charm. We have all kinds of goodies. Then here are your other colors that you get to choose. So this is lots of fun. So if you're looking for something fun to do with the family, this is a great one. We also added some new sayings to the 6-inch boards, which are not up here yet. I'm sure Julie's working on that right now. And we also have the oversized signs, which have a ton of different options as well. So definitely take a peek at the website. You can curbside pick up those. The only ones that we're shipping right now are the ones, the 6-inch ones. So just an FYI. So let's just see here. I'm going to show you guys now. Let me make sure I don't have any questions. Okay. Hi, Ralph. Ralph is watching. And Dr. Kobe, my chiropractor, by the way, if you need a chiropractor, Dr. Kobe is amazing. She has been cracking my back into place for, I can't even believe it, Dr. Kobe, over 10 years. Can you believe that? That's a long time. Crazy stuff. So she's in East Northport. So definitely visit her if you need a good adjustment. Okay, so we're back to our vinyl machine here, and let me just show you. Okay, so we're fully cut. And now there's a button here and it says unload. So I'm just going to tap that and it slides it right off. Okay. I have my handy dandy paper cutter, which has a little hook on the inside of my thing that I can easily do that. I'm going to just put this through here and I can see on here where it goes to. I can see where my vinyl, I don't know if you can see on there, but you can kind of see. So I know that I want it to cut like right there. Cut that. So here's my vinyl now. Okay. So now this is different. So before I was using my vinyl as a stencil. Okay. So I was pulling the inside of the letters out. This time I actually want to use the vinyl. So I'm going to pull the outside of the pieces out, not the inside of the pieces. So I'm going to take my, let me angle you down here, make sure you can see this. Okay. I'm going to take this and I'm going to start peeling it from the edge. Now again, I'm truly doing this with you on camera, so I don't know how well this is going to work. Now these letters seem totally fine. So I'm just going to start peeling this up. And again, these insides, they're garbage, so it doesn't matter. Okay. If they rip or tear. This would be a small feat if I get this all done. I should have cut this up into pieces, but that's okay. So my word sugar came out good. That I just have to peel these inner pieces out. And I see here that my 1 in my 14 didn't stick, so let me put that down. Okay. You know, I just started using this vinyl. This is the Green Star vinyl from US Cutter. And I have to say, it's really good. It's very easy to weed. Okay, so even that tiny word pantyhose seems like it's going to be okay. And when you first start doing this, it can be like a little bit overwhelming because you're just not sure what you're peeling and what you're not peeling. But, you know, start small. Start with a couple of little things, and then you can kind of go from there. Okay, that was very good. Okay, so now I have to basically peel out all these little inner pieces. And you know what? Did I? Oh, I did. Okay. So if you don't weld, it can be a pain sometimes because all the pieces they'll be, wherever the letters cross over each other, there will be like all these little inner pieces, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. So you just have to make sure that you do that. Okay, and then I have my D and the inside of my E. So this, when I'm doing a vinyl like this, where I'm just doing words and I'm actually going to use the vinyl, you can really pack this in. So you can, you know, put the, I didn't pack this in quite enough. I was actually trying to think of things to cut out because I hate wasting. I don't want to be wasteful and not use up all the vinyl. Because you don't need like an edge. Like on a stencil, you need an edge because you have to have space around it to stencil it. But for this, you don't need an edge because you're just using the actual letters. The other nice thing is, like, if you happen to pick up a piece of vinyl and it comes out of place like this P did, and let me get you guys in here closer so you can see this. Let me roll you down. Okay, so this P, this kind of like picked up, the T kind of picked up. The actual white part, I can see the cutout, so I can just kind of smidge this over and have it lay in the right place just based on like the little cutout there. So that kind of helps you to like get things back into the correct place. And then this P, I tore it, I have it in my finger. I'm just going to put it back on according to where it, like, you can see it, and you guys probably can't see this on camera, but trust me, it's there. And I have it's a little fakakta, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to finish peeling out all of my little insides. So do you see how thin this word pantyhose is? This is really thin. So this is like something that you want to avoid. We once did custom hangers for a girl's wedding that she wanted like their names on the hangers, and they were really tiny and the font was really thin, and poor Julie, I don't know how much time she spent cutting those out, but it was a long time. So be cautious about doing scripty fonts too small. Learn from our mistakes. Okay, so we're almost done here. We got my little hello. Like, this is so cute. I think I'm going to put this on my front door. I've seen people do that. Put a little hello. My friend Nicole has this on her front door. Bless her heart. She has 4 children. I don't know how she's doing it right now with quarantine, but she is super mom. That is for sure. Okay. All right. So I think we're good. I think we have, oh, and the only thing that I'm missing is the tiny little O that goes on the top of here. I'm not going to get crazy about that. So now we have to do the same thing. I need to transfer this to transfer paper. So again, I'm going to take my transfer paper. Let me back you guys up a little bit. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's make sure I don't have any questions. Okay, so now I'm going to take my transfer paper. I'm going to roll it out. I'm going to take my vinyl and I'm going to lay this on. I'm going to cut it. Okay. And now I'm going to use my handy dandy burnishing tool to burnish. Okay, so now with this type of a thing, I'm going to cut all of these out individually because they're going to be applied individually. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the word hello. I'm going to cut out pantyhose. Because again, I'm using these to actually apply to the surface of something. I'm not using these as a stencil. Okay, I got my sugar. And I'm just going to cut around this so that I don't have so much excess to deal with. It's garbage and tights. So I'm going to show you guys now how to actually apply these. Okay, some of them. Some of these I'll have to do later. Okay, And let me bring you guys over here. Let me see how I can do this. Flip you around. Okay. So now there's my little containers, okay? I can't forget about that water. That's something I would do. I would totally forget I spilled the water and leave it there. And then come down here tomorrow or later and be like, oh my God, there's a giant leak here. Okay, so here's my sugar. And I'm putting this on here. It's dry. No, it's not dry. That's okay. Okay, so here's my sugar container. And I have my little word sugar. I'm just going to grab my little burnishing tool. So the surface that you're putting it on, you should clean it. I'm sure my grimy hands have been on this, as well as my daughter's when we're baking, and there's probably butter and all kinds of stuff sitting on here. So let me just wipe this really quickly. Do the right thing. Okay. So now I'm just gonna burnish this one more time. Okay. And now, same thing that I did before. I'm going to peel off this solid back, okay? I'm going to peel this off. And I want to make sure that all my vinyl, so see how the vinyl is sticking there? I can't have that. So I'm going to burnish again. I want all my vinyl to stick to the transfer paper. And sometimes you just have to, like, you got to push it and just get it off there manually. Okay, so now everything's there. And now I am going to, can you guys see this? I'm going to lay this on here. I should measure this and make sure it's straight, but I have a pretty good eye and I'm not that crazy. So I'm going to burnish again because I want to make sure that it sticks. And then I'm going to peel off my transfer tape. Now, I am sure that is the prettiest sugar container around. Okay. So now, is this going to stick forever and ever? I mean, it should stick for a long time. I actually have one on my daughter's hand sanitizer. And it's still on there, nice and tight. So, they do stick pretty well. So, I have my next two, which are tights and pantyhose. So I've got my tights. I burnished it. I'm now going to peel it. I want to make sure everything sticks to my transfer tape, which it did. Now this is fabric, so again, I don't know. Is this going to stick? Is it not? I think it will. But we'll find out in 1 second, won't we? So I'm going to get it on there. I am going to burnish. Now this is something like, I don't ever touch this. Like I just pull it in and out of my closet. So even if it wasn't like sticking that well, it would be fine. The other part of this is anything that's fabric, you can also, can you guys see that? Yeah. You can also do the iron on. But for me, like this isn't something that would warrant me doing an iron on for. Perfect. Tights. And then let's do pantyhose. So again, I'm going to burnish. I'm going to peel. I'm going to lay this on. And this is actually like a smidgen bigger than I wanted it, but that's okay. I must not have measured very well. Ooh, these are all wet. Okay. I'll have to wash all those pantyhose. Or at least dry them. Okay. And again, with these thinner scripty vinyls, you have to be careful when you're doing this too, because sometimes they want to peel up. So you got to just kind of push them on and make sure they stay. So there we go. How much cuter is that going to be in my closet? I love it. So let's see here. Claudia is asking, will it stick if you hand wash the sugar container? It will. And I will definitely be hand washing this. Yeah, so I would just be like gentle around that area, but it is called a permanent vinyl. So it will, this is actually vinyl that we use like on our windows at the store. So like we have window washers that come and they wash, and it does hold up pretty nicely. Now, something like this that is thinner, some of this might start to peel off, but I think it would hold up to a few hand washings and you would be fine. I know Julie has done like cups and things like that. And I think that we use like regular vinyl to do that. So I think you would be okay, hand washing some of this stuff for sure. So there you have it, folks. Are you excited to open the machine? I mean, that's really what I want to hear. I want to make sure that you guys are excited to open your machine. So I showed you a little bit of the actual program. It's super easy to use. It's very intuitive, and you want to play around with a bunch of the different options that are in there. And I will tell you, like, I love Google and YouTube. So it is like how I live. If you have a question on how to do something, just Google it, and there is probably a video on it. And that is really how we taught, myself and Julie taught ourselves how to use the machine. Yeah, Julie says she has hand washed wine glasses multiple times, and they've been a-okay, and they were script. So yeah, like just Google it. So another couple of options that I'll tell you about that you should look into is the trace function. So you can actually take a picture of something. You can drop the photo into the Silhouette software, and then you can hit trace, and it will trace the outside edge. So if you have a pattern, let's say you have a tile and you want to trace the shape of the tile on there, you can, you could just hit the trace button, it will trace it for you, and then you could cut out the traced shape. So that's one. The other one is Outline. I think it's called Outline. Is it Outline? Julie just confirmed that for me. And basically what that does is if you have, say, a word and you want to like make another outline of that word outside of it, you hit Outline and it can do it outside of it. So then you have like a double basically letter. So there's a lot of different ways that you could do it. Yeah, we use clip art a lot for the trace function. Somebody wanted a sunflower, so I had a picture of a sunflower and traced that, and that gave me the shape of it. And then I look like an artist when I actually put it onto the sign. Offset, I'm sorry, it's not called Outline, it's called Offset. So basically, if you have a letter A and you hit offset, it will create another letter A on the outside of it, and then you could cut like a double lined letter. So lots of different things that you can do with the Cameo machine. Again, we make absolutely nothing off of this. This was just like a public service announcement. I know that people, they're hesitant and they're intimidated. And I hope that if anything that you guys have gotten out of our segments is don't be intimidated by anything. Don't let anything intimidate you. Just do it. Have fun with it. Enjoy learning. Learning is so much fun. That's the one thing that I've been enjoying about quarantine the most is that I've been learning so many different things. I'm teaching myself Chief Architect, which is it's kind of like CAD, AutoCAD. So we're contemplating building a new house upstate, the family, and I'm designing it on the computer, and it's so much fun to like move things around and figure it out. And it can be intimidating, but don't let that stop you. You should just do it. Just do it to it and have fun with it. That's my advice. The other thing, this is how I always end my videos lately, is I want to make sure that you guys are staying safe, you're staying healthy, and you're staying positive. So what am I going to tell you to do? Turn off the news, okay? Stop watching the news. If anything earth-shattering happens, we have these wonderful little contraptions that are attached to our bodies at most times, a telephone. It will beep and tell you exactly what is going on in the world. So we don't need to sit and torture ourselves watching the news all day long, because it can be very anxiety-inducing and depression causing. So stop watching the news, get your body moving, do something to move your body, whether it's go outside, go for a walk. I've been talking to you guys about Beachbody On Demand. It's $99 for the year. Again, I make absolutely nothing off of it, but it has tons and tons of videos, yoga, Pilates, weightlifting, 21-day fix, 80-day obsession. I mean, there's like 100 different programs in there. Bar, they just released a bar one, which I absolutely love. I'm loving it right now. Or just running into YouTube. Again, yoga. There's all kinds of different yoga routines. And I have to tell you, yoga is amazing. It really helps your body. It helps center your mind. It keeps you limber. It keeps your joints and ligaments moving. It keeps my spine feel straighter. I've been doing it for about, I don't know, 6 weeks straight now. It's fantastic. So get your body moving, whether it's whatever it is, to get your body moving. I also drink lots of water. I love my coconut infusion that I posted I showed you guys the brand the other day. I'll post a link to it on the website in the comments. Drink lots of water, and if you're not watching the news, listen to something positive and uplifting. My favorite all-time thing to listen to is Joel Osteen. He has podcasts. He has a Sirius XM radio station. If I'm not listening to Joel, I'm listening to 95.5 K-Love, positive, uplifting music, which is fantastic. And if I'm not listening to that, I'm listening to Audible. I'm listening to a book on tape, something new. I just listened to a book on negotiation. So there's so many things that you could be doing and learning during this time. I don't understand when people say that they're bored. I don't understand it. I've never been bored in my entire life because there's always something to do. There's always something to learn. Something pops into my head and I'm like, oh, I want to know how to do that. I Google it. It's fun. So do that. Definitely do that. And, don't forget to tell the people around you that you love them and that you appreciate them, because, they could be here one minute and gone the next. And I just think it's so important to tell people how you feel. So to all of you who are watching, I love all of you. And I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for supporting our business, supporting everything. We really, really appreciate it. I appreciate it as an owner to my team. I appreciate it as an owner to my customers, to my vendors who have supported us and sold us products and taught us how to use things and got us things in a pinch when we were, we placed the order late, or we thought we had enough, stock and we didn't, and they've gotten us things faster than we imagined. I'm so thankful to everybody who has helped my business. And then also my amazing family. My husband, I don't know if you guys saw the picture we posted yesterday. I told you in the beginning, we started painting my mother-in-law's cabinets, and it was literally a family affair. My daughter was helping sand. She was running around. Johnny was helping. Kevin was helping. Everybody was helping. It was hands on deck. My father-in-law, at one point in time, I couldn't believe it. He got on his knees with a roll of temp paper and started cutting the temp paper for my shelves. If any of you, Ralph, you know my father-in-law. I couldn't even believe that he actually did it, and he cut all the temp paper for us so we can have nice new insides of the drawers. So it was really a lot of fun. It was a fun family event. We had a really great day together, and I hope you guys do the same. I hope that is what you get out of this whole quarantine thing, is that we get to spend more time together. Be kind to each other, be gentle to each other. And don't forget, we're all going through this. So I thank you guys again. I'm crossing my fingers that we can start to open back up the state. And I know we're probably going to be curbside pickup for a while, but once we do get the okay, we're definitely going to be doing like one-on-one appointments with you guys in the store. You'll get like a private shopping experience, which will be really nice. And, we'll keep you updated. So we hope to keep you inspired and, keep you going during this time. And you guys are all chiming in. Good stuff. I love it. Jill is going to be taking that machine out of the basement. I love it, and start using it. So I'm so glad that you guys tuned in. So don't forget, Wednesday, tune in for how to paint your kitchen cabinets. So I'm going to be going through it start to finish, and I'm actually going to be showing you on a door how to do the glaze. So it will already be painted, and I'll just show you the application of the glaze. And then I'll also have some sections in the kitchen that are already glazed, so you can actually see how it looks when it's actually done, which will be kind of cool. So don't forget that. And then don't forget also, we are doing curbside pickup Tuesdays to Saturdays, 11 to 5. Anything that you need, whether it's paint products, furniture, decor, it's all available for curbside pickup, even the stuff that's from our amazing vendors. Don't forget to follow them on Instagram, the shops at SP, and then on Facebook, the shops at Sweet Pieces. Tons of really fantastic stuff. And like I always say, you're supporting lots of small businesses when you shop with us, which we absolutely love these days, right? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you on Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Want to learn more? Subscribe now.